starting from the very beginning, tell me the entire story of how you became a doctor.
The entire story. So long.
The entire story?
The entire story.
In all seriousness?
In all seriousness.
The whole thing.
How I became a doctor?
Long story. You want a serious clip here?
Why I went into medicine? Okay.
The entire story of how I became a doctor.
Well, I first developed an interest for medicine when I was probably in late high school or college. Is this serious?
I was thinking about doing basic science research. I was terrible at it.
But this has sort of been a lifelong dream for me, actually.
I went into medicine just because I liked hearing people's stories.
I've done volunteer stuff. I don't like the sciences more than English. I don't speak it very well.
Both my parents are doctors.
I grew up in Nigeria originally. Moved here to the United States when I was 18.
When you do your H&P is actually writing someone's story.
And I have a twin sister. And growing up, she always said that she wanted to be a doctor.
So then I liked science and I majored in biology in college and I continued to like it.
So I always felt like that was Carly's thing and I couldn't be a doctor.
And my parents really wanted me to become one.
And my parents were like, oh, take the pre-med classes, you may like them.
I was nervous because, as you can hear, I do have an accent, which 11 years ago was even stronger.
And every person you talk to on the wards, they have, how they got there, their disease state, what their natural history was unique in every single way.
I really loved ER. For a while I was going to be a pediatric ER doctor until my mom explained to me that I would not date the people George Clooney dated.
So my parents were like, oh, well, you should take the MCATs too, like it'll be fine, like you might just have it on the back burner in case you want to go to med school too.
And my brother was in medical school. He enjoyed it, so I thought I'd apply for medical school.
I was scared to talk, scared of people, scared of the fact that people did not understand me.
In college, I dabbled with a career as a radio DJ. My name is DJ Lucas.
That in class I had to repeat myself 3 times before somebody could understand my question enough to tell the professor what I was trying to ask.
Whether it was someone who had to flee a country, faced war, or someone who was in the army, or someone who was just growing up in the South Bronx. Everyone had a unique story. And
I did my first interview with a rock star. It was Robert Smith of The Cure.
My twin and I took the MCAT the same day, and ultimately she ended up taking a couple years off and I ended up going straight to med school because I fell in love with medicine and decided I wanted to be a doctor.
I got into med school and then, then it was pretty much guaranteed I'd become a doctor unless I really fucked up.
He had a new song. I asked him what it was about. He said, it's about my friend committing suicide and me never getting to say goodbye. There was about 10 seconds of dead air until I responded with, cool, man. Not good radio work.
Went to community college, then UCLA, then UCSF, and now Mount Sinai.
And that was fascinating for me. I actually come from a family of writers, and so it was kind of my way of extending that.
Here I am.
That's about it.
I would. I've thought about that a few times, but I would absolutely do it all over again.
Absolutely.
In a heartbeat.
Although it was rough, I wouldn't change anything.
We'll gripe about our day. We'll be frustrated with it. We're tired, but every single day, knowing that I'm going to meet someone new and hear their story is actually what gets me to the hospital every single morning.
I may have waited a year, so I only had to do 16-hour shifts.
Maybe I'll do without the loans.